on EA Sports. Coming up, Devontae Freeman, fresh off 100 yards a week ago, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Two teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From nearby Norcross, Georgia, it's Alvin Kamara. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bishop. He's got Smith here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Toss play, Kamara. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd. From the gun, Bishop. Hard throw, incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football. Only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side. Because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. Freeman the fast feet. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with 3rd down coming up.
You got it. You got it.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Ryan's pass taken in by Ridley. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
On 1st down, Bishop. Cook's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jared Cook, his 1st touchdown on the year. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Lutz good on the extra point. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. Unless he has a Julio Jones-type 300-yard game in him that Julio did against the Panthers in 2016, probably not going to reach 1,000, but still pretty good year.
I think you're right. It's a pretty good year for him, but let's face it, every receiver's dream is to have a game like Julio Jones had against the Carolina Panthers. It's 300 yards on the nose, and it didn't matter what coverage they sent his way, he solved it each and every time. Maybe our guy can get that way in this ballgame. Let's see.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. To throw on 3rd down, Ryan looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And that'll bring up second down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw again, Bishop. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake, Bishop. And that is incomplete. So drive 1, they had the field goal. Drive 2, touchdown. And now here on drive 3, looks like they're going to have to punt.
At least they were finally able to reverse the trend, because giving up the field goal, then the touchdown, it's almost like they finally got to the offensive side of the ball and said, okay, we've got the system to shut you down.
And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Heading back onto the field, here's a look at Devontae Freeman now. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Jones has it. Touchdown, Falcons. Matt Ryan, his 2nd touchdown pass of this opening quarter. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. We've seen these two, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, connect quite a few times over the years. It never gets old.
It never gets old. Well, maybe for the defense it does, but not for us who are watching it. And Julio, every time he steps on the field, you can just about mark him down for 100 yards. That's about his career average per game. But think about this. Getting in the end zone has always been a struggle for him. He gets the big yardage, but he doesn't get the touchdowns. Not this time. No matter how many people were kicked in coverage, he found a way to beat it.
On 1st and 10, Bishop going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. On 3rd and 2. Bishop. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver, and now it's third down. The Falcons on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Ryan. He's going to let this one go deep into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Back to the air on second down. Bishop. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Back to throw. Bishop. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Jared Cook with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down, they hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Now, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field, and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play. It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
We got this.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again, Bishop. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Bishop. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Ryan, he's got Freeman here. It's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he cuts it back right, and he's got a crease.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
2nd and 2. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Bishop. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From a yard out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Ryan. This to Jarwin. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. This one good for a 1st down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw again is Ryan. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Now Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The Saints going to call the 1st of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Ryan now closing in on a 200-yard 1st half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's tight end Clay, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Ryan. Complete to Jones. Now we get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Here's Ryan to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Barely got the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why, looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Throwing on 1st down, Bishop. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there, as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this 1st half. It's 1st and 10.
Motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield. Hey, check Mike.
Back to throw. Bishop looking long for Thomas. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, but it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense.
A final shot before break. Bishop. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. John Ross, as time expires in the first half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Mike, 45. You ain't doing nothing today.
2nd and 4. And this is Cook with the grab. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. On first down, Bishop. Open man is Ross, complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Bishop. Johnson's got it complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Bishop. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Freeman again. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. This complete to Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now Ryan. This complete to the tight end, Clay. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Freeman again, a first down carry. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Gets it off to Freeman. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw on second down, Bishop. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8. On 1st and 10, Bishop. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bishop. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. After the interception, here's Ryan. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. Ryan now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice, get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Now it's Ryan. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Freeman. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Freeman. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Quadri Olison, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons get a bit closer.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again, Bishop. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Bishop. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deion Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Looking to throw. Bishop. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. He's checking.
From the gun, Bishop. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Ryan, he's got a man complete. It's Clay. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So it just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. From the shotgun, Ryan. Jones has it. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Now we are keeping a close eye on his catches, a really close eye now because that's number 899 in his career. The next one will give him 900. The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. Looking right sideline, that's complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, 1st down Falcons. Now Ryan on 1st down. He completes it to Jones. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. That grab, another career milestone for him. 900 career catches now.
All right, the applause is beginning, right? The applause is going on. That puts him just outside the top 20 all-time in the NFL. Next in his sights at 903, Wes Welker.
Rarefied air. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, he goes underneath to Freeman. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to 1st and goal. Now it's Ryan. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Marcus Davenport in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Eli Apple, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got Smith here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Complete to Jones. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
Well, sometimes it doesn't appear like much. The out route can be very dangerous when you throw it to a guy like Julio Jones. If you try and undercut it, he can turn into a big play. But the reason he's able to get it so often is because of his ability to push people deep, and they have to respect that.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Here's Ryan. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Saints, the win won't get them to 500, but they will finish on a high note at 7-9. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll limp to the finish line with a final record of 5-11. And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place, but could stand to get deeper and younger all around. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.